This is James Holder, Fryfield TV, in association with Mackley's Gym Mobile. I'm in the heart of Brixton today at Miguel's Gym. With me, I've got the body snatcher Dillian Whyte. How are you, Dillian?
I'm great, mate. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well. Before we start this interview or commence any further, can you just check you've got no sort of crumbs or any sort of fluff on your personal anatomy on your head?
Well, I swear AFL TV keeps setting me up. Every time I have an interview, there's white stuff in my hair. You don't tell me. That's the liberties, James. I thought it was cool.
I didn't notice until afterwards.
Cougar analyst told me.
Amount of volume. Of
Cougar analyst told me there's stuff in my hair.
Dylan's Crumb had its own Twitter page. Let's talk boxing. You're back on the undercard of Anthony Joshua. Potentially, we're hearing this. Can you sort of talk to me about what's going on?
Well, at the moment, it's high potential. You know, with these things it's you know, you have to start deal out, start everything out, start purses, other bits and blah all illegal stuff. So it takes a while, but I think at the moment I would say I'm about 90% on for sure. Obviously Eddie's said I'm on and stuff, and obviously he seems to stick to his word and stuff from working with him in the past. So you know what I mean, we just got to start out to find the details of things. I'm training, you know, so I should be there. I should be on the 25th.
Any sort of rumoured opponents? I know you're now sort of in line to fight for the British title for the second time. Will that be the case for the 25th, or is it a case of seeing what's available?
No, listen, there's no way I'm fighting, and there's no way I'm coming off a massive shoulder surgery and going into a 12 round after I've been off for like coming up to 6 months or something, 6-7 months coming up to that. You know what I mean? And to the extent of the shoulder injury I have, so I'm probably gonna go in at maybe an 8 or a 10 rounder. See it goes, and I'll fight a couple of weeks after that, and then possibly fight for something major, you know, after that. So we'll wait and see.
Okay. Anthony Joshua is in action defending his IBF title against Breazeale, topping the card. You know Anthony Joshua better than sort of anyone, to so to speak. How do you see him getting on with Dominic? It's
a good fight. I see him knocking Dominic winner in 2-3 rounds maximum, to be honest. Dominic Breazeale, I don't call him Dominic Gwynn, sorry, Dominic Breazeale. That's how important he is, I can't remember his name. Dominic Breazeale, listen, Fred Cassie beat Dominic Breazeale. I mean, Amir Mansour was tagging him left, right and centre. Dominic Breazeale's terrible. He's terrible. He's a big guy, obviously, he's got a little bit of punch power, but he's terrible. He's open and he's upright, so the right hands is going to be getting him all night long. It's like, he's going to fall like a big log, to be honest, you know what I mean? He's too stiff, he ain't got no head movement, his defense is terrible. You know what I mean? And he can't take punches either, because even if Amir Mensah tagged him and he fell over. Fred Cassie had him all over the place as well. I thought Fred Cassie actually won that fight, and they give it to Dominic Breazeale, you know what I mean, as the undefeated up-and-coming prospect, which is normal.
Hughie Fury fought Fred Cassie a couple of weeks ago. He beat him on points at the Copper Box. You was rumoured to be facing Hughie Fury potentially for the British title. Now, I know you and the Furies get on very well, but was that the main reason for that fight not gonna?
Listen, me and Peter and the Fury family is cool. By the end of the day, you know, it's heavyweight boxing, and I want the British title, so I'll fight whoever I gotta fight for it. But you know what I mean, obviously, you know, Peter fought by, and obviously they're going a different route from the British title route, so it is what it is, you know what I mean? But it's, like I say, it's heavyweight boxing, and I got loads of friends. I'll fight Malik Scott, he's a good friend of mine. I'll fight whoever I need to fight. I'll fight anybody I need to fight to get to the title, because, you know, in boxing, it's about taking the fights and the opportunities and making money, you know what I mean, and cementing your legacy. So if I got to fight a mate or whatever to cement my legacy, then it is what it is. But like I say, I have nothing but respect and stuff for Team Fury. I'm good friends with them, you know.
I want to talk to you a little bit about Derek Chisora v Pulev out in Germany a couple of Saturdays ago. Did you happen to see the fight, and mostly did you see the sort of the build up of Derek and Pulev beforehand?
I watched the fight. Firstly, listen, I was one of the first to give Derek stick, but you know, at the end of the day, somebody bottled him in his face with a plastic bottle, and he went on a rampage and went mad, and I don't blame him. Other than the same, it's one of the entourage bottle you. He went mad, you know what I mean? I heard he found a guy and obviously had a little thing or whatever. So fair play to him, he done the right thing, but he just gotta stop getting goddamn bottled, man. He needs to just go to these press conference with a riot helmet on, so, and just stop himself getting bottled, because he could have got his jaw broken before the fight, you know what I mean? You see, but you know, fair play to him, he got bottled and he defended. A lot of people wouldn't, you know what I mean? I know I call him bottle magnet and stuff, but you know what I mean, You know, Derek's just trying to make some money and trying to give people good fights, and that's one thing he does do. He does show up to fight, and he does try to fight, and he's a tryer. So you know what I mean. I can't fault him, man. You know what I mean. He does his thing, but he just gotta stop getting bottled. That's all.
A lot of people have anticipated the build-up, what it would potentially be like if you and Derek Chisora were to be facing each other in a fight.
If I fight him, I'm gonna have to bottle him as well, because it's a tradition. I'm gonna have to bottle him if I fight him. You know what I mean? I might just use a plastic, you know, one of those tire bottles, and just bottle him like that to take the piss. But no.
Things like that. He doesn't like that very much.
I don't care what he likes. It doesn't bother me what he likes. I don't give a damn what he likes. I don't care what he likes. He could like Zimbabwean food, English. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a damn.
Tyson Fury defending his title against Vladimir Klitschko. Massive fight for the UK, and massive for Tyson Fury as well, in the fact that many people were underestimated and underbelieved in his achievements the first time around. So the fact if he can do it again, it cements Tyson Fury's legacy as the #1 heavyweight in the world. How do you see Tyson's chance to be victorious?
Tyson's a big awkward guy, you know what I mean? He's big awkward octopus kind of sort of guy, and he's a bit of a nutcase. I know Tyson quite well. He's an alright guy, but you know, he done what many people thought was undoable. You know what I mean? And I think he stands a very good chance of doing it again, because I think the problem is he's cracked Vladimir's psyche and got into that little layer of you know, Vladimir has always had control of everything, and he's always had a protected veil around him. I think Tyson Fury is penetrated that veil and got inside now. But obviously Vladimir has gone away, had to think about it, done what he needs to do, and come back calm, thinking he can win. And it's a winnable fight for both of them. If Vladimir comes out and start letting his hands go and start hitting Fury, then it'll be a different story. But I think Tyson Fury is going to have a lot more confidence going into this fight than he did the first fight. Because the first fight, he believed he could do it, but he never knew he could do it. Obviously now, he will go into the fight knowing that he can do it, and he has done it before. So he's going to be a lot more confident. But also that could be his downfall, because he might go in there a bit more reckless and a bit overconfident, and like he did against Steve Cunningham, you know what I mean? So it's a very winnable fight for both men, you know.
We've seen rumours of Floyd Mayweather potentially making a return, and he could face Conor McGregor in a sort of catch-style showdown. We're predicting it's going to be in a boxing ring, but no one knows for sure.
I think Mayweather is never going to get in a cage. He's never going to get in a cage. But that's a good fight. It's a good fight, and the build-up would be crazy, because Conor McGregor talks a lot of smack, and Floyd is the ultimate smack talker. So that's going to be massive. And boxing needs stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a good crossover fight, and it's a good test of both sports as well. And they're both good fighters. Conor McGregor's a good fighter, and Floyd Mayweather is the ultimate technical boxer. You know.
Who would you put your money on then if it was a boxing?
Floyd Mayweather, 100%. Floyd Mayweather, like. There's certain era of where the certain fighters come along. That's just great defensively as well as offensively, and I think Floyd Mayweather is one of those fighters where he's defensively good and he's offensively good. Lots of people thought that he'd be terrible against Canelo and Pacquiao, but he fought excellent against him. He was actually aggressive with Canelo as well as aggressive with Pacquiao. So you know what I mean, he's a good fighter defensively and offensively.
I want to cast your mind to this Saturday. David Haye back in action, Haye Day 2 against Arnold the Cobra, Roginich, the rattlesnake we call him. He
ain't a rattlesnake, the corn snake. Rattlesnakes is dangerous, you madman.
It was you that nicknamed him the corn snake.
Are you taking a piss out of my accent? Are you taking a piss out of my accent? The corn snake, no, the corn snake. You're an idiot, corn snake, yeah. Oh. No.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
Listen, the Giz is undefeated, but he's fought nobody. Let's be honest. Look at his record. I think his last couple of fights was Dennis Backtoff and Thomas Mazurek or something, and that was his 20 however much fight he's had. You can't be fighting those guys at that stage. I think he's fought outside his home country once. Like they brought him his record, and he's fought nobody. David is gonna kill him in 2 or 3 rounds. You know what I mean? David is gonna kill him. What David's doing, David taking a lot of knowledge and experience from Booth, obviously being around Booth and stuff. Obviously, same way they plotted his career as a cruiserweight and as a heavyweight. He had 1 or 2 fights and fought for the heavyweight championship of the world. So they're very good at doing that and very good at avoiding people and picking certain fights. And that's what David's doing. You know what I mean? on paper, he's an undefeated guy. He's a big guy, whatever. But he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? If anything, Shannon Briggs has got a harder fight than David Haye does. You know what I mean? Because Alexander Zimatenko, he was touted to be one of the future world champions a couple of years ago until he got beaten by Eddie Chambers, who was a good fighter at the time. At that time, Eddie Chambers was on fire, and then he got beaten by Pulev, who was and is still a decent tough fighter. You know what I mean? So. To be honest, David, it should have been the other way around. Shannon Briggs fighting Georgia and David Haye fighting Alexander Zimatenko. He needs to prove to the people that he's serious about what he's doing and take some good fights. And okay, he got away with Mark Demori, that's fine, but you're an ex-world champion, in multiple divisions, so you need to fight somebody properly, not just. I hope Shannon Briggs win. I hope he fights Shannon Briggs.
What do you make of Shannon Briggs being sort of based in the UK? He said we've got the golden ball. He needs to be here for the big heavyweight fights to be in contention. Potentially he's going to fight Domachenko. We're not 100% sure what's going on with that on this Saturday. But again, great to have him in the UK. What are your thoughts on it?
Listen, Shannon's doing what he had to do. Listen, like many boxers from the era Shannon's come from, they've been ripped off and lost most of their money. They fought for hundreds of thousands, a million or whatever, end up walking away with 30, 50 grand and stuff like that. So he's been robbed, you know what I mean? He's worked hard and he's always involved in action-packed fights. He done what he needed to do, won the heavyweight champion of the world twice, and obviously he's been ripped off a lot of his money. So obviously he's back, his last chance saloon for him, and he's really trying to give it a go. So he's doing whatever he's trying to do. He's trying to motivate the people, trying to get the people behind him. He's trying to promote big fights as a one-man army, and he's doing, fair play to him. He's doing what he needs to do. You know what I mean? I did his boxing about getting paid, and he wants to get paid. He wants to get paid.
Who wins David Haye, Shannon Briggs next fight potentially for both men?
I don't know. Obviously David's a bit younger, but David's not the toughest guy, and Shannon's a big, strong, tough guy. He's a big, strong, tough guy, and the thing is, he's desperate and he's dangerous. Shannon's always been dangerous the first 4 or 5 rounds of his career. If you watch it, I think he's got the most first round knockout in heavyweight boxing history. You know what I mean? So it's dangerous. David's not a tough guy. David's more of a tricky, slippery customer. But he's bulked up a hell of a lot since he's come back, and I'm not sure if he still have that elusiveness and reflex still. So it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I think Shannon's gonna come out swinging, and David's gonna try and catch him. So I think it's a good fight. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna win. But if he don't take it seriously and take Shannon for a joke, Shannon will clap him. You know what I mean? That's one thing Briggs does. He starts very aggressively. And like I say, he ain't got nothing to lose, so he will come out swinging. Even when he fought Lennox, he tried to take Lennox out early, and he actually had Lennox going until Lennox got his stuff together and take him out, you know?
Shannon Briggs' one fist is actually as big as my head. What?
Well, you got quite a big head, James. So I'm not sure I'm not sure Nikolai Valyov's fist is as big as your head. You got like one of those huge heads. Shannon Briggs' fist ain't that big, James.
About no. 4 your little peanut head.
Peanut head salad. They can take shots. It can take peanut head salad. You know what I mean? But yeah, Shannon Briggs is a big dude. You know what I mean? He's a big dude. What's he like? 260 or something. He's a big dude.
He looks in good shape as well.
Yeah.
Very, very good shape.
Very suspicious about this, but yeah, no, he does look in good shape. He does look in good shape, especially for his age, and that for him to motivate himself, come down from over 300 and something pounds to what he is, and to be doing what he's doing at his age and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm an honest guy. I have to give him props for it. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to get down and get in shape anyway, much as being 40 something years old, after everything he's achieved and everything he's done. Win, lose or draw, and then still to come back and to motivate yourself and get yourself in this shape and to do what he done, flew over here, chase guys around the world, chase Klitschko, chase Vladimir, chase David Haye and all of that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? So, and he's always energetic as well, so fair play to him, you know what I mean? Fair play to him.
On the same day as David Haye fighting over in Russia, Deontay Wilder was meant to defend his WBC crown against Povetkin. We've not sort of had major confirmation on what's going on, but it looks
the fight's been delayed.
It looks like the fight's been
postponed,
postponed, possibly off due to Povetkin failing a drug test. What is your sort of initial reaction to that?
Man, listen, you just have to look. When Povetkin fought Vladimir and look at him now, it's crazy. It's like he's two different people. You know what I mean? It's two different people. You know what I mean? But I don't know the circumstance of what happened and how the thing got in his system, so I don't know. That's like Lucas Brown tried to say he ate steak or something, and the steroids got in his system. So I don't know, man. These guys, you know what I mean. The thing is, he got 6 months for taking steroids. I don't know. I'm sure Povetkin will probably get 4-6 months as well. So I don't know, man.
Do you think there is a doping problem in Russia regarding the sort of boxing? Is this something that you as a professional have ever heard any allegations?
I'm not gonna comment on this too much because I know I have some Russian fans and I want to build more Russian fans, so I'm not gonna say. But it seems to be an issue with it. You know what I mean? I don't know the ins and outs. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know, I don't study these things, but there seems to be a problem with it. There seems to be a few Russian athletes who's crack for steroids as well in the Olympics as well as in boxing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I swear that's where a lot of these things is developed. You know what I mean? The super soldier serum, as they say.
Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit as well about some of the sort of beef I've seen on Twitter between yourself and Dave Allen. One of the funniest Twitter exchanges I've seen in a while, to be honest, and quite heated to say the least. Can you sort of explain to me what's going on with the Dave Allen situation?
It's not heated. What's heated about that? Dave Allen ain't no heat for me, bruv. Come on. What heat is he? He's just, you know what Dave Allen is? He's a little mosquito flying around trying to get little sucks of blood. That's all he's doing, but fair play to him. He knows that obviously I'm a higher profile fighter than him, and he wants to prove himself and make a bit of money. He wants to get his head bashed in and make 20 grand or whatever Eddie's gonna pay him. But listen, this dude don't need to call me out. I'll fight this dude any day of the week, anytime, anywhere. He doesn't need to call me out. All he's gonna do is speak to Adrian, tell Adrian to sort the money and the finance out and start the deal out. And if he wanna have it, he can have it. I don't care. This guy is no trouble for me. I'm not gonna lose stress over David Allen. Who is he? This guy is a joke. I don't know why is this guy. He just needs to understand. He don't need to call me out. I'll fight anybody. I'm the guy that show up injured or not and fight. I don't care. You understand? This guy doesn't. He just needs to calm himself down. That's what he needs to do is speak to Adrian, tell Adrian to sort it out. And then after if he wants it, I'll smash his head in.
Are you scared of David Allen?
I'm scared of you. I'm scared of Coogan, but you know.
Obviously, we've seen David Allen been quite vocal about David Price as well. He had a few choice words for David Allen. Do you think that's a case of Allen trying to get himself the big fights, trying to talk himself into the big fights? Because coming back to your Twitter exchange with him, it was very entertaining to say the least. He's
trying to shine a little bit of light in his career, and I can't fault him for it. You know what I mean? He's trying to shine a little bit of light in his career, trying to create a little bit of buzz and interest around him, but I'm the wrong guy for that because I'll smash him to pieces. Then just tell Eddie and just sort it out, and we can do it. You know what I mean? But you just need to understand. You don't need to call Dillian Whyte out. All you need to do is put the dosh on the table, make sure the deal is financially right for me, and then he can have it. He can have it. I don't care. I'll fight anybody. And don't even try to say nothing, cause I see you back in. I'm gonna slap you if you try to say nothing. I see you back in. I know what you're gonna say. If you try to, I'm gonna take you down. What are you getting there for?
The most interesting question of the day: where can I too get a little pyramid on my head? Where can I go? Where's the local barbers for this?
Bruv, you look at Elvis Presley. You ain't got the kind of hair for a mohawk. You got that slick Rick style to the thing. You need to put some respect on my name and stop disrespecting my mohawk.